All right, coming back from our break, now we have Retrotec presented by Jay Edmonds and Tim Fischer. Retrotec is the world's leading manufacturer of blower doors, duct testers, and air leakage testing software, trusted globally for residential and large building performance testing. Their latest innovation, the Air Tracer Smoke Generator, brings a new level of visibility to airflow testing. Jay and Tim, the floor is yours.
Hi, everybody.
Retrotec has been in manufacturing air measurement equipment since the early 80s. And we've mainly with blower door and duct testing equipment. We have a commercial duct tester as well as residential. We service the residential market, the commercial large building market, and then we also service the clean agent fire suppression market. What we'd like to introduce you to today is our Solo. It is a single channel manometer. It is inexpensive but high precision unit. It has the screen on it, the circular. It rotates on your orientation. It's got a belt clip on the back that is also magnetic. It's got two buttons, the power button and the menu button. By pressing the menu button, you can toggle through your different metrics of output, being PSF, millibars, PSI, pascals, or inches of water. If you hold the menu button, it'll take you to a screen where you can do time averaging, or you can set it to timeout and turn the screen off after a certain time. It's a compact unit. It's got easily fits in your pocket. It's very handy that way. It's cost effective in that it's only $395. To do that, we do not have any Wi-Fi capability on it or Bluetooth. It's just a bare bones manometer. You've got two ports on the bottom, your reference and input ports. The unit comes with a charging cable and two 5-foot pieces of tubing and the unit itself. There's a power brick available for it, and then you could also use it with a multi-probe or mini probe. Some of the stuff that it can be used for are, like we mentioned, residential or commercial HVAC, large building testing, zonal pressure testing, dominant duct leakage testing, where you slide the mini probe underneath the door with the HVAC system on, and you're going to measure the pressure inside the room to where you're standing. A negative pressure is going to mean that you have more supply leakage, where a positive pressure is going to signify that you've got more return leakage. You can use it for static pressure probing. It's got a 10-inch sensor in it that the accuracy is down to less than a Pascal, and it also auto zeros. It can be used for radon mitigation, testing, combustion, zone analyzing. You can use it with the blower door to just check throughout the house. It can be used with a flow box. We've got many applications for it. Basically, anywhere you would use a single channel manometer, you can use it. You can use it to balance like ERVs or HRVs as well. You can use it with a mini probe, or actually this is the multi-probe unit. And what it is it's a little holder that's got 3 magnets on it. It's a small diameter tubing that slides through a rubber grommet. And you can adjust the depth that way, or you can slide it all the way in and use it for other units like sliding under. But if you put it on if you remove a screw and you put it on the side of an air handler, it'll hold itself in there. Or on an ERV and HRV, you can remove the ports from that the manufacturer may have provided and slide it in there, and it'll hold it on there. So if one that's mounted horizontally, it will hold itself to it instead of having to rely on the tube to come out. We're going to demonstrate a little bit here just by turning the power on. Okay. And so with the mini probe inserted into the unit like that, you can buy any insulation that's inside there and your airflow is going to be perpendicular to the end of the tube, so it's going to give you more consistent readings and stuff. It can also be used for like laboratory work or clean room, just checking pressure differentials in there.
Raise it up a little bit. So it's great for spot checking too, just walking while you're doing a blower door test and using the unit to check underneath doorways and under sills.
Stop that now. Lots of fun there. You don't have to drill a hole in your cabinet. You can just remove a screw, which is what we have here, just like an 1/8 inch screw hole, and then it just plies right to it. The other tool that we're going to show today, and we are going to give away, is our air tracer. It's a new little unit that we have. It comes with, in a case like this. Inside it, it's got 2 cartridges that are disposable, the unit, and then this hose with a windscreen on the end of it.
There's about 99 uses per cartridge, depending on how long you hold on to it. Let's get right up to the camera. You can see how it really pulls up, so it's really easy to detect.
It gives a really nice low velocity smoke that makes it easy to sit still and see where you're at. You'll notice on the face of it, it's got digital numbers that'll show you that's the percentage of the cartridge that is left. The hose just slides in and out. The cartridge is held in with magnets. You can't put it in the wrong way. It only goes in one way. For storage, long term, you can replace the plugs that come with it. This goes back in the end. The shelf life is about a year on the cartridges that come when they're packed like this. So the unit sells for $195, and a refill pack of 3 is $35. So it's a very cost-effective way to get into the unit. If you discharge it without the windscreen, then it gives a nice plume of smoke, but it's not going to sit and settle down as much. It's got a little more velocity behind it. We've used it for finding leaks. If you, on a duct system, if you draw negative pressure on it, you can go around the seams and test the leaks by watching the smoke get sucked in, as opposed to filling a duct full of smoke and then trying to mark where the leaks are before you got too much smoke to see. Any other thoughts, Tim?
It's super handy to walk around like light cans and everything, other areas around windowsills. It's basically just so easy and instant. It's just, you just unpack it, throw that in there, push the button and go. There's no more waiting or no more clogs on it, because everything's in the cartridge itself, and you can get replacements very simply in the 2-pack for it. So very cool tool to use. Charges with USB-C on the bottom of the, just on the side of your computer. And yeah, you get a ton of uses out of it for each cartridge. So
each cartridge is about 15 minutes of use
if you just held it on
completely
use, the whole
discharge.
Time.
Some of the other things that we have, I guess, would be our commercial duct tester. I don't know how familiar people are with that, but this is our commercial duct tester. It will do up to 30 inches of water column. It has about 30 or 300 CFM in round numbers of flow. It doesn't change a whole lot when you go from 1 inch up to 30 inches. It holds its pressures all the way through. It's only 35 pounds, which is the biggest advantage of it over other items in the industry that are similar. It can measure down to 0.29 CFM with some additional orifice plates. With the stuff that comes stock with it, I believe it's down to about 2.9 CFM, so just under 3 CFM. The orifice plates are very easy to change out. They just snap in and snap out, and it comes with 5 different ones to get you there.
And about the depressure.
This is so you can depressurize the duct system. Like I said, if you pull negative pressure on a duct, then you can check for leaks that way with the smoke. It connects on the inlet of the fan, and then the flex duct will connect to the collar and be able to depressurize for you. If you need more flow, you can hook multiple units up in parallel, and that will give you the opportunity to test larger systems. Recently talked with a customer that was testing a very large air handler, and they had 10 units hooked up to it in parallel. And so that would give them about 3,000 CFM of flow. Other ones have used, 2 or 3, but putting them in series, one blowing into the next, does not help you. You need to hook them up in parallel. It's been a very popular unit. Helped us get more into the HVAC unit or HVAC market. As like I said, we started out more in the residential, and then the commercial large building envelope testing.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Well, our big tents in the back.
Yeah, we in the background, you'll notice we've got some test tents. That's just for a class that we're offering for large building testing. So we do offer some training as well. Our systems do come with training, whether you're doing residential, commercial, duct testing, or blower door testing, residential blower door testing. There's training included with those systems. We do offer a large building training, which is specialized to doing building envelope on commercial settings, using multiple fans together. And we have that both in a online version, and then we do live training twice a year. Next week we'll be doing one here. So that's where we're at with that. We have some other fans coming. We've got the 7,000 fan, is a large commercial fan. It is just a lightweight. It's a 25-pound fan, which most of these are around 35, somewhere in that range. And it has almost 7,000 CFM on the wall. It can go well over 8 on the battery option that will be coming out hopefully before the end of the year. So we are constantly working to make improvements to make things easier for our end users. That's kind of how we've always set up our business model, is to make things easier when we find them, look for better ways of doing things constantly, offer good support, good training, and try to come up with new tools that the industry can use.
That large building class, there's still positions available for it, and it's the 15th through the 17th.
Yep.
For commercial, in-house commercial large building training.
The multi-probe kit is made up of 2 mini probes, which comes with a piece of clear tubing and then stainless steel tube in the connection. So those are available as a mini probe kit. The mini probe is $10. The multi-probe kit is 2 with the holders. That's $40 for those. The DM32X is our workhorse manometer. It is a 2-channel manometer. It's got 2 ports, 2 sets, the green and the yellow, the red and the blue. The red and the blue will be used to measure your static pressure. The green and the yellow are used to measure the pressure across the fan. By measuring across the fan pressure, then the DM32 will calculate out what the flow is based on the fan configuration. It's built on an Android platform. It's very user-friendly. It's got some graphing capabilities right on board. So you, I hit the button.
There you go.
Graphing capabilities, so you can do some data logging and stuff as well.
Put that right by the camera. There you go.
It's got,
a little blurry.
see if I can get to the manuals. Manuals and guides are on board. I don't know if that'll show up very well or not. But all your manuals and guides and some instructional videos are available right on the gauge itself. So
There we go. It's tough to read on the gauge from there, but
yeah. If you go to video, for instance, 1832. It's a video. It's basically the manual broken up into sections so that you don't have to go through the whole thing. As I said, it's based on the Android platform, so it's very user-friendly that way. You just touch what you want to change. You come in here, like if we go back to
Middle button. There you go, and then go to.
that's the wrong one. There we go.
It also has our cloud built right into the gauge, so if it's connected to the internet, you could send your tests directly from the gauge.
If you want to change your from water column to pascals, you press it. You can do it on either channel. Your favorites are at the top, so we're back to pascals on this one. If you need to change your configuration, you touch the icon of the fan. Oh, where's it at? And you can select your new range configuration. It also tells you kind of what the range is on that. When you set your speed, that's the fan speed, so you can go 25%. And that's going to take the fan to 25% and just hold it there. As opposed to set pressure, you'd be seeking a target pressure. And it's going to seek that. And so as things change, then it will constantly seek the 50 pascals or whatever you have it selected to.
All right, Jay and Tim, thank you so much for demoing some of your products for us. That was great. We have a couple questions coming into the Q&A, so I want to make sure to give you guys a few minutes to answer those.
Sure.
And then I want to, remind everybody about the smoke generator giveaway, so you can go ahead and put Retrotec in the chat to be entered to win there. One question about the smoke generator, someone asked, is there any residue left over from the smoke?
Very minimal at best. It is a glycol-based solution. Easily wiped off if there is, but it's pretty clean for the most part. We haven't noticed any real residue when we put it on the disc, on the card or on the cloth there and stuff. There was nothing afterwards. If there was a whole lot of smoke, you might have a little bit of moisture and then a light residue on it.
All right, another question. Someone asked if it's only, I think the first device, if it's only a static pressure taker, or can you read in FPM?
No, it's only static pressure.
All right. Someone else asked, does Retrotec provide any Bluetooth-enabled devices? And if so, do you have documentation for Bluetooth so third-party apps can interact with them?
The DM32X is Bluetooth capable. I would refer you to our dev team in that to make sure that the apps that you want to use with it would be suitable for it. But we can definitely get you that information and work with you on that.
All right, awesome. Just a reminder, everybody, if you've got any more questions, we've got time for maybe one more. So put those in the Q&A. We've got a lot of good entries for the giveaway coming in. See if I have any. Got some sample questions.
If you do come up with a question afterwards, feel free to email me directly at jay@retrotec.com.
Awesome. This person asked, what is the operating range of pressure and accuracy and calibration period?
The operation is from basically 0 to 10 inches of water column. That's on the Solo. The calibration period is 5 years, unless the standard that you're holding to requires something more stringent. The accuracy is like 0.7% or 1 Pascal, whichever is less. And I believe those were the 3 questions he asked.
I believe so. And I think that was the last question in the Q&A. Thank you so much, Jay and Tim, for that presentation.